Hello and welcome to the TTP News by NG. I'm your host, Mr. Gabriel. This is News Flash. T-Mobile delays shutdown of Sprint 3G network. Oh yes, you heard that right. T-Mobile delays the shutdown of the old CDMA 3G network from Sprint. It's pushed the date back to March to give partners more time. It says over here, T-Mobile said it will delay its planned shutdown of Sprint's 3G network by 3 months to ensure its partners have time to help customers with the transition. It had originally planned to phase out the network in January. That date has now been pushed to March 31st of 2022. Recently, it's become increasingly clear that some of those partners haven't followed through on their responsibility to help their customers through this shift, the company said in a statement, so we're stepping up on their behalf. T-Mobile's statement doesn't mention it by name, but likely is referring to Dish Network. The two sides have tangled over T-Mobile's announcement it was shutting down Sprint's legacy network because of the impact it will have on Dish's Boost Mobile customers. As one of the conditions of the T-Mobile-Sprint merger, Dish acquired Boost Mobile in July 2020, with the goal of Dish taking Sprint's place as a fourth wireless carrier in the U.S. After T-Mobile announced it planned to shut down Sprint's CDMA network, Dish chairman Charlie Ergen compared T-Mobile to the Grinch, and later said his company was making every effort to migrate its customers. But T-Mobile CEO Mike Sievert wrote in a blog post that Dish was dragging their feet in getting their customers upgraded to the superior 4G 5G world. Dish fired back on Monday. Jeff Blum, the company's executive VP of External and Legislative Affairs, said in a statement emailed to The Verge that T-Mobile's announcement is a recognition that its premature shutdown of the CDMA network will harm customers who rely on this network for critical connectivity, including 911. Blum said that the additional time was not nearly sufficient to ensure that over 1 million Boost customers, many of whom are low income, projected to still need access to this network beyond March 31 of 2022. Supply chain, cell phone shortages, and COVID-related interruptions had slowed the upgrades, he added, given T-Mobile's new admission that continuing the operation of its CDMA network will have no material financial impact to its business and 5G build-out. We urge the company to live up to its promises to regulators, Blum said. The Department of Justice told Dish Network and T-Mobile in a July letter that it had grave concerns about the shutdown of Sprint's legacy network and urged both sides to take all appropriate steps to reduce the impact on customers who still rely on the network. Well, yeah. I will say, yeah. I think I agree in some way to give more time, especially for Boost Mobile customers. I have an uncle of mine who is a Boost Mobile customer using Sprint's CDMA network because he got one of those free Samsung Galaxy smartphones that are the budget-friendly smartphones, a Samsung Galaxy J7 Refine, which is the Boost Mobile version of the Galaxy J7 Star from T-Mobile. And that Galaxy J7 Refine, even though it has LTE connectivity, it relies on Sprint CDMA for calls and basic connectivity. So, yeah, shutting down the Sprint's legacy network too quick, like in a premature time, like very soon, is just maybe gonna affect too many. And that number, 1 million, that is still really big, like very significantly huge. And if they shut it down, that 1 million and some more will be disconnected from the network, can't make any calls or anything else, especially when an emergency or just rises to those users that may have to try to call quickly 911. And what's the first thing that comes up in their mind? Their cell phone, of course. And if there's no network, they can't call 911. That's the worst thing that can happen. And they have to try to run for a landline that is almost scarce in the United States. In my country, here in Puerto Rico, we still have landlines, thank God for that. But not everywhere you can find a landline, especially if you're out in the street. So yeah, I hope that Dish takes the right steps, also T-Mobile take the right steps, and I hope that they can give a little bit more time than just until March 31st. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening. God bless you. Stay tuned for the next one.